Okay. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Mike from Southern California again, and you're on the mic. So today, I'm gonna be talking about some of the filings that happened over the past couple of days in the Vic Mignogna defamation suit against Funimation, Jimmy Markey, Monica Rial, and Ron Toy, as well as talking about some convention news and analysis, and a reminder about this Saturday with Toonami. So here we go. So, as everybody knows, the other day Funimation filed a TCPA motion um, with the court trying to get out of the lawsuit. On the heels of that, the most recent attorney that was hired on by Monica and Ron, J. Sean Lemoyne, filed an intention to serve notice to Nick Rekieta for his deposition. Now this isn't necessary. This step usually isn't necessary. This is something where, if he really wanted to have him deposed, he could have just simply served him. And Nick has talked about this, how he does have a business address, does have a business mailing address for such correspondence. But this was really used as an intimidation tactic, an attempt to silence Nick by trying to dox his home address, because the address that they did use, that they supposedly sent notice to, and to this point, as far as we know, he has not technically been served. The notice has not been served yet. The notice has not been served yet. Was to an old address that he had that he moved away from. So this was an attempted doxing as an act of intimidation towards Nick Rekieta to silence him, to also kind of go after the GoFundMe to try to defund Vic's defamation case. These people are truly evil people. Jamie Markey, Monica Rial, Ron Toy, J. Sean Lemoyne, Andrea Perez, Casey Elric, these are all very evil people to pull this kind of garbage. They don't have much to stand on the ground, because they know what they did was wrong. They don't care. So he basically filed an intent to serve notice to Nick. He also filed paperwork to make sure some of those people, including Nick Rekieta, hold on to certain document, a request for documents. He was trying to he was trying to use Funimation's TCPA to, even though because of that TCPA, discovery, at least through Funimation, has been halted until the dismissal can be ruled upon. But he's trying to find an exception to try to get documents from parties that are not as directly involved, including Vic's current girlfriend, his mother, and a few others, including Nick himself and a couple of the voice actors. Again, this is all, I think, just intimidation tactics. There's just a purposeful doxing in order to silence Nick, to silence people, to try to bully Vic into submission. And what I would tell Vic is this: stand your ground. Don't let these people pull this garbage. So what Ty did to counter these two, he filed a motion to quash this discovery, as he was arguing that Nick has no actual relevant information relevant information that is pertinent to this case. Again, a lot of this is surrounding about silencing Nick and trying to take the GoFundMe down. That's not pertinent to this case. The fact is, Monica, Jamie, and the whole bunch of kickbackers have bullied and lied to try to get their way. They are truly evil people. And they need to be stopped. Personally, if I was Vic, I'd just totally release the reins from Ty and just say, you know something? Bury these people. Not figuratively, of course, not literally. Sue them to the point to where they're bankrupt and destitute. Okay? Now, Vic, being a good Christian, being willing to forgive them for their sins, trying to show them the grace and mercy that Christ has shown us as Christians, is a very admirable thing to do. But sometimes the only way to deal with evil is to stomp them into the ground, to leave them in such a state that they cannot even think about doing evil deeds like this. You need to pound them into the ground to where they make such an impression in the ground that they cannot even remotely think about doing something like this ever again. So, and also keep in mind too, just for those who think doxing is cool and attempting things like fake attempting swattings to intimidate people. Think about the potential consequences. If you do commit assault or attempt to commit assault and battery, you could at the very least end up in jail. Now, if you force somebody into a position where they have to defend themselves, the consequences could be even much, much greater. So just think about that before you think about proceeding any further with this garbage. Just think about that, you dummies. As Hiei as Genkai told Yusuke's group at the beginning of the chapter Black Saga in Yu Yu Hakusho. Use that lump that's 3 feet above your ass. Okay? In Hiei's case, it was 2 feet. So, just just think about that. Yes, for every decision we make, there are rewards and consequences. So just keep that in mind. Now, Ty, in response to these notices, has filed a motion to quash them, on the grounds that they are not pertinent to the case. Nick himself has said he would fight these motions, tooth and nail. He would make them earn it. Now, granted, the motions have not been granted as of yet. I think, as Ty put it as well, as Nick put it, I think Nick and Yellow Flash, when he covered this this morning, what they pointed out was, I think what the general idea was that Lemoyne was just hoping to just put the paper on the judge's desk. The judge would just not taking a second to read it or think too much about it and just sign off on it. And, but had Ty not responded as quickly as he did. And Lemoyne's trying to stand up in his face going, well, yeah, you may not want to take it to hearing, Ty. But Ty is going to take it to a hearing. Lemoyne's going to try to make it sound like Ty is being the PNEA to the judge. But I honestly, from everything I've heard thus far, I think the judge is more, based on what I've seen and heard, okay? I think the judge, I think, is a little bit more sympathetic to Vic's cause than to my. I think is and Yellow Flash made some good points when he did his analysis on this. How many of these judges particularly in Tarrant County, in a very conservative red area, how they saw what these kind of people in Kick Vic, what they tried to do to Brett Kavanaugh. And I think that, again, we see it happening with Monica and Ron and Jamie and their respective attorneys trying to pull the same garbage. And I just don't think, I think Texas is going to be a good place to stomp these people into the ground. Because that's exactly what needs to happen. A major court loss. Basically, now, especially if Funimation, if they themselves get out of the lawsuit through the TCPA, which I still think, there is a chance, but that's going to basically leave Jamie, Monica, and Ron high and dry, because they're still going to have to go to trial, have to answer for what they did, and I don't think none of them can afford $1 million minimum. $1 million minimum. Okay? $1 million minimum. I don't think they can afford. So just keep pulling the BS and see what happens. Okay, so moving on here then. I did a little research, as everybody knows, Vic got disinvited to a number of anime conventions, even though he's been picking up, but the majority of the conventions, Vic, now, Vic was supposed to be at Florida SuperCon this weekend. Of course, they withdrew his invitation due in part to the controversy here and the allegations. Many of the Funimation voice actors, including Todd, are going to be at Florida SuperCon. Now I'd be kind of wondering to see how the Funimation voice actors that are there are interacting with Todd at Florida SuperCon, just to see how everything's going there. Also, AX is going on here in LA, Anime Midwest. Now, at AX, now, granted, I know Jamie Markey is at AX this weekend. Now, let me just remind everybody, and I stand with Vic. Don't go looking for trouble, guys. If you are legitimately a fan of hers and you want to go and show your support for her work, that's fine. But don't confront her about this. Don't get confrontational. Don't try to, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it to get in, to take on this kind of grief. Just be wise, If you want to go and you want to support her work, fine. But don't confront her on the whole big controversy. Don't engage her like that. Okay? Engage the people that you really want to go see. Like, go be around positive people. Go check out the Artist Alley. Go check out. I know Hiro Hay is going to be there, so go say hi to Hiro Hay. He's going to be working the con, I believe. So just go to the con to have fun. I know Anime Midwest is happening in Rosemont, Illinois as well, where a number of the LA-based voice actors are going to be there. So, but basically, at AX, guys, don't get confrontational with Jamie. It's just not worth it. As for Vic, at least from what I saw from fancon.com, he's only got a couple of scheduled appearances left this year. next month in Tennessee with Bubba Fest, and in September with HawaiiCon. Now, mind you, okay, so basically, just to let everybody know, so Vic's last two cons at this point are Bubba Fest next month, and then and HawaiiCon in September. He was also, he was supposed to be at Florida SuperCon this weekend. Later this month, he was supposed to be at GalaxyCon in Raleigh and Anime New York City in November. Of course, these cons had canceled him due to the controversy. Had disinvited him basically. I think one of them actually was a canceled appearance from his end, but at least thus far he's still getting cons, but it's just still the comic cons and sci-fi cons that are still inviting him. Thus far, aside from Kamea-Con and Anime Matsuri, well, Anime Matsuri, as we know, stood with Vic the whole time. Kamea-Con was the only anime convention to invite him back. Okay, we haven't heard of... Now, guys, if you want to see Vic at a convention, this is what you have to do. If you want to see him at an anime convention, this is what you have to do. You have to contact your local anime convention, and in a very respectful and polite manner, ask him, hey, we would like to see Vic at your con. Okay? We want to see Vic at your con. Ask them in a very polite and respectful manner. The cons don't need the drama, okay? Just ask them, hey, look, we like Vic. We want to see him at your con. We want to come to your con to see Vic. Tell them that in a very polite and respectful manner. And if enough of you do that, Vic will get invited to, or start getting invited back to anime con. I believe he will, because as the suit goes through, if I'm one of those who believes he's very likely to win at the very least this first suit. The dominoes just might continue to fall. I think we are starting to see people starting to realize, just the kind of BS that Kick Vic has been pulling. You have people who initially started out with Kick Vic, who had kind of started going toward guys down with Vic's side, when I think they're starting to realize just how much BS Kick Vic is, scooping. So, but if you want Vic at an anime con, just in a very polite and respectful manner, just send him an email, call him up, say, hey, we want to see Vic at your con. We want to come to your con to see Vic. And now, moving on from that now, one last bit of news. So don't forget also, now today's the 4th of July, so don't forget, people, this Saturday, Toonami makes another their schedule. They're going back to 11 to 4 now. The 5-hour block starting at 11 and ending at 4. And Food Wars, Shogeki no Soma, and Mobile Suit Gundam, The Origin, Advent of the Red Comet premiere this weekend. So the updated schedule is this. Starting off at 11, Dragon Ball Super, followed by Attack on Titan at 11:30. Midnight, Sword Art Online Alicization. At 12:30, Lupin the Third, Part 5. At 1 o'clock, Food Wars, Shogeki no Soma debuts. Which, again, and as I said earlier this week, I'm very happy to see that, because I'm happy to see Sentai getting some exposure as well, I'd like to see more, personally, I'd like to see more Sentai, Ocean, even Blue Water and NYAV Post. And that's another thing, too. NYAV Post is at AX this weekend, too. So go over and say hi to Mike Sinterniclaus, Lisa Ortiz, and Bill Rogers, who are all there as well, So keep that in mind as well. Let's see. Oh yeah, and then at 1:30 is Black Clover, and then 2 a.m. is the 2 a.m. hour is of course the Naruto hour, as I like to call it, Naruto the Next Generation, and then Naruto Shippuden on at 2:30. At 3 o'clock is debut of Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin, Advent of the Red Comet, and then finishing it off at 3:30 is My Hero Academia. So so check that out if you guys want. And now, so to finish things off here, check out the links below if you want to contact me directly. My Twitter handle will be down there. You can direct message me or or post on either the video or any post I do or any tweets I do on Twitter. Also, I'd like to. Well, this past week I got myself a little behind here. I'm up to 18 subscribers now. So in the past week and a half, I've added 3 subscribers, including DNA Crow's Dean, and I appreciate you guys coming on board, and I hope you guys will enjoy the videos, and I hope to have some back and forth with you guys, commenting wise on the videos. I hope to see your comments, and I will reply to them. I will reply to them when I see them. So I hope you guys will enjoy the videos. I'm also promoting some causes. Vic's GoFundMe. We're basically Vic has hit the 190,000 mark, so we're getting close to the target of 200,000 people. So keep donating. We really right now need to, if you can't, guys, you're not obligated to, so don't feel pressure to do this. However, Kick Vic has been going after his GoFundMe for quite a bit now. They're trying to take that war chest away to keep him, to try to silence Vic. So it's very important that if it's on your heart to do so, please consider donating to the GoFundMe. And if you've already donated, please consider donating again. And if you're like me and you're not in a situation where you can't donate due to low funds or whatever, at least help out by sharing the link, to getting the word out and letting people know about it, so that maybe if you have some friends who may be in a better position, they can help out and donate. And also, if you guys can check out the other GoFundMes too, help out with Palexia's Palexia's sister's funeral, and check out Korg's situation as well. That'd be appreciated. And as well as Tug's Indiegogo. And if you like this content, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I always look forward to talking to you guys. I always look forward to the banter. And with that, I know this video ran a little long. I ran off particularly in the first part of the news there. So I will see you guys tomorrow, and keep the conversation going because you're on the mic. Bye!